Hello, my name is Lorraine Klein. I am the Human Services Academic Advisor, and on behalf of myself and the department, we would like to welcome you to Cal State University Fullerton and the Human Services Program. We know it's a very exciting time in your life right now, getting ready to transition over to the university. We also know you probably have some questions about what courses you should be taking your first semester. So we've created this little PowerPoint to guide you through the process until you have time to make an appointment with me. When considering which courses that you would like to register for your first semester at Cal State Fullerton, it's important that you know that you need to take Human Services 201, the Intro to Human Services course, as well as Human Services or Counseling 380, the Theories and Techniques of Counseling class. These courses are prerequisites for your research and evaluation, as well as your fieldwork experience courses. An optional course for you to take your first semester would be Case Management, which is Human Services 310. We have a Client Populations and Cultural Diversity section of courses that you will be taking. These are not necessary to take your first semester. When you meet with me to create your own personalized plan, we can map out when would be best for you to take these as we integrate them in with your Advisement track courses. They include the Intercultural Socialization Patterns, the Human Growth and Development or Developmental Psychology, Abnormal Psychology, or Sociology of the Family. The research and evaluation courses are taken your last 3 semesters at Cal State Fullerton. The statistics or data management for human services, which is Human Services 315, is taken along with your first internship, which is the Human Services 396 course, because both of those together are the prerequisites for that proposal writing class, which you would take the following semester. Human Services 385 is Program Design and Proposal Writing, which also fulfills the upper division writing requirement. You will take that course with your second internship class, the Human Services 495. And finally, your last semester at Cal State Fullerton, you will be taking the Evaluation of Human Services Programs class, HUSER 470, along with your final internship. The Human Services Program offers a variety of advisement track options for you to consider. The Mental Health track prepares you to work in nonprofit agency, community service type work. Students who are interested in going on and to get a master's in counseling or social work degree find this track very helpful in preparing them for those fields as well. The Community Agency and Organizational Practice track prepares you to work again in the nonprofit agency, community service sector, but the emphasis is more on management, administration, policies, and procedures. The Substance Abuse Treatment and Prevention track will prepare you to work with families and individuals who struggle with substance abuse issues, as well as teaching and educating people on the prevention of substance abuse. The Elementary Education track prepares you to work in a setting with elementary school children. It prepares you for the potential acceptance into the credential program. Those courses actually prepare you to pass the CSET and CBEST, which are required for you to get into the credential program. The Gerontology track prepares you to work with the elderly in a variety of settings. There are also courses within that track that are required for you to be eligible to go into the Masters in Gerontology. The Persons with Disabilities track prepares you to work with persons with disabilities or their families in agencies and in a variety of settings. It also offers courses within that track to prepare you to go into the Special Ed Credential program. We offer an individualized track, which can be created with me, your advisor. This is for people that have a passion for a specific area that our previous options just don't quite fit. So if you're interested in creating an individualized track plan with me, you can schedule an appointment to do that. The Human Services Program gives you the opportunity to gain experience out in the field that you are choosing to go into. There's a couple advantages to this. One, you have an idea, a goal in mind of a field you would like to go into, and taking these fieldwork courses and spending the time out in the field gives you the opportunity to try it out to see if that's really what you'd like to do. It also gives you the opportunity to try out different things if you're not exactly sure what it is you'd like to do, but you know you want a profession in the helping field. The courses are offered the last 3 semesters of your major, and they have to be taken in this sequence. 396 is the course, and 396L is the lab where you get the 120 hours of credit for your internship field experience. 495 and 495L are taken the following semester, and your final semester you would take 496 and 496L. At the end of your fieldwork experience, you will not only have had the opportunity to be out in the field, trying things out, gaining new knowledge and skills, but you will have also had the opportunity to network and meet with people in your chosen field. Many of our interns are hired while they're interning, as well as upon completion of their degree. So this is really a great opportunity for you to build your resume by adding that 1.5 years of experience, receive letters of recommendation, as well as employment through this process. In creating your plan for the first semester, it's important that you know that you may have taken courses at the community college that can transfer into the major. The first course that you will consider is the Intro to Human Services. If you've taken that, or a Theories and Techniques of Counseling course, then you would not need that for your first semester, and you would take an optional course in its place. Later on, you're going to be looking at taking the Development Through the Lifespan courses, which is CAS 312 or Psych 361. You'll also be looking at the Marriage and Family or Abnormal Psych, Sociology 351 or Psych 341. And you'll also be taking the Human Services 315 Data Management course, which is the equivalent to a statistics class at the community college. There's several other courses that may be transferable, so once you meet with me, we can go over those options. In order to receive transfer credit for the courses in the major, you will need to bring me a copy of your unofficial transcript from the community college. When I take a look at the transcript, I'll be able to determine the courses that will transfer into the major so that credit can be applied to those courses and you will not have to retake them. You definitely don't want to waste time taking classes that you've already taken that could count towards something in the major. You can transfer up to 4 classes or 12 units into the major. That will be part of the 70-unit max that they allow to come in from community colleges. If you earned a certificate, such as Human Services Generalist or a Substance Abuse Certificate at a community college, you can transfer up to 6 courses or 18 units into the major. Again, that would be part of the 70-unit max. I've created a couple of sample plans for you to consider for your first semester as a transfer student at Cal State Fullerton. These plans are recommended for students transferring in as full-time students. So if you're planning on taking 4 classes or 12 units, this is what your plan would look like. You need to take Intro to Human Services, the 201 class, along with the 380, Theories and Techniques of Counseling. Those 2 are required your first semester. If you do not take those the first semester, it will put you behind because you will have not met the prereqs for the next set of courses you need to take. If you've taken the equivalent at a community college, then you won't need to take them again. You can pick an alternative or an optional course. One of the course plans recommends your 3rd class be the Intercultural Socialization Patterns class. That's Human Services 311. That also fulfills the cultural diversity requirement for the university as well as an upper division general ed course. The 4th class I would recommend is choosing one from your advisement track. I've listed a couple samples here. If you chose, for instance, Human Services 415, which is Treatment Issues and Drug Addiction, that course could apply towards the mental health track, the organizational practice track, or the substance abuse track. If you chose child abuse, the 430, that class could apply towards Track A or Track B, which is mental health or the organizational practice track. If you're on the teaching track, the elementary education, you could consider something like Math 303A. There's others that you can look at to choose from that track as well. If you're interested in taking courses in gerontology, we have the Intro to Gerontology in the Human Services field. That's Human Services 412. There's additional courses you can look at, Anthropology 308, and several others you could consider. The Persons with Disabilities track offers several courses. One example would be Ethics and Professional Issues. That would be Human Services 400. So as you can see, you can choose. There's lots of options as far as your track courses. You don't want to take Human Services 410, the Crisis Intervention, or any of the classes that have the word group in them listed on Track A your first semester, just because you won't have met the prereqs to get into some of those. So if you can avoid the 410 and the word group in the class choices, you'll be fine with any of the other class selections you make. A second plan might be to take something like HUSER 201 and the 380, which again is required, along with 2 advisement track courses. So again, you will look at the tracks, decide which 2 courses would be interesting or would be helpful. If you're taking something like the elementary education track that's preparing you for the CSET and the CBEST, it's advised that you take courses that are going to best prepare you to help pass that test. So if you're good at math, then you probably want to avoid the math and pick choices, pick classes in other areas to strengthen those areas. If you struggle in math and that's what you really don't want to take, it's probably the one you do need to take because it's going to help you to strengthen that area. I strongly recommend not taking general ed courses your first semester. Something in the major may fulfill what you need. Our major is the exception in allowing some major courses to count towards general education. We actually have 3 courses, which is 9 units, that fulfill upper division general ed. They may not be in the areas that you need, so it's actually best to wait until the transcripts that you've transferred in with are completely evaluated so that you're sure to take the general ed in the area that the university says you need to take. So I recommend waiting on the general education until we have a complete evaluation done on your transcripts. I hope you found this presentation helpful. I wanted to let you know that it was not created or intended to replace your individual advisement with me, so I would encourage you to make an appointment as soon as possible so that we could create your personal plan. You can meet with me by scheduling an appointment via the receptionist. You can call her at 278-5472. We actually have 2 receptionists. We have Chelsea and Moni. They'd be happy to let you know what my availability is as well as schedule an appointment for you. You can also go into the Education Classroom building into 479, EC 479, and there are some sign-up sheets that you can schedule an appointment on. If you have any questions or concerns and you'd like to reach me, you can contact me via email at huseradvising, HUSRADVISING @fullerton.edu. That's the best way to reach me. Even nights and weekends when I'm home, I still check my email and will respond to you. I look forward to meeting with you in the very near future, and I hope you have a wonderful first semester at Cal State Fullerton in the Human Services program. Thank you.